Every county in Middle Tennessee is telling a completely different story right now. Here are the numbers. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rob Foglia, your real estate broker and coach, and let's dive into what's happening in the Middle Tennessee real estate market. Now, before we look at the local market, I think it's worth checking out interest rates real quick because they still are at a 3-year low. In fact, they've dropped a little bit since I posted on social media about this. That's a good thing. I think as we go into the spring market, the lower rates get, the more demand there's going to be, the more that's going to help homeowners out there, and the more it's going to help make homes affordable for home buyers. All right, so let's dive into the numbers here. And the first thing I'm seeing here in Davidson County is, man, look at this. New listings for February, comparing February of 26 to February of 25, down 34%. That is a huge number. That tells me a couple of things. That tells me that we might be looking at a lower inventory spring and summer than we might be expecting. That's not a bad thing for sellers. Honestly, that could hurt buyers a little bit. It might be, especially when you couple it with affordable homes, affordable mortgages. Man, that might be looking at, you might be looking at some competition as a home buyer, is what I'm trying to say. Continuing with the Davidson County trends here, months of supply up about zero point 0.6, actually about 2/3 of a month from February of 26 over February 25. Now, here's the interesting thing. When we look at the last 30 days and compare it with the 30 days prior, so basically just looking here from the first 30 days of the year compared to January 30th through March 1st, months of supply actually dropped about half a month or, right around there. That's a good thing. Now again, months of supply is one of those statistics that shows and helps measure demand. When you see the number go down, it actually means demand is increasing relative to supply. So when we see it drop about half a month for Davidson County, that's a good sign for sellers. And honestly, it's still right in that kind of balanced range. So for buyers, you're not necessarily in a world of multiple offers on a home yet. I do think that could be coming if we keep seeing new listings drop like this. I mean, when you look at the trend line from early on the year through the last 30 days, down 15%. That's just that again, that just plays into what will active inventory look like once we hit the springtime. So I want to compare Davidson County with a couple of different markets because I do think every local market is a little bit different. While some of them might be showing similar trend lines overall, they are still going to be, there's some differences depending on where you're looking to buy or where you're looking to sell. Pulling up Williamson County, you can see new listings comparing February of 26 to February of 25, down about 25%. Again, good sign for homeowners, potential signs of maybe bidding wars for buyers. We'll see. Now, one interesting sign here, months of supply again is up year over year. But when we look at the last 30 days, I think we're going to see a similar trend line as what we saw in Davidson County. And yeah, you can see, I mean, it went down 5% from 5.5 months to 5.2 months. Now, that's a result of less new listings hitting the market. You can see also new listings from the first month to February. Remember, the first month is when we had that ice storm where, our area kind of shut down for a week. There were still more new listings in the first month of the year than there were in February. Interesting trend is we normally don't quite see that. Really good market to look at here is Murfreesboro. So the Murfreesboro market here, obviously Rutherford County, a little bit more affordable than Williamson, a little bit more affordable than Davidson. Gosh, you're seeing here new listings down 11% year over year. At the same time, average sales price up 4%. Months of supply is very, very flat compared to this time last year. I mean, it's up 1%, which is basically flat. Now, when we look at the last 30 days, interesting that we're seeing months of supply drop 5% for Murfreesboro. We're seeing right here new listings as well. It's actually up 21%. Interesting in Murfreesboro. Was not necessarily expecting to see that. So that's a good thing to note that is up 21%. Granted, months of supply is down, so we'll see. We'll have to monitor that and see how that's continuing, not just month to month, but just overall here. One interesting thing that I want to just that I want to throw out here to us, the average list to contract for Murfreesboro, 54 days, down 10 days from December 31st to January 30th this year. So that's a pretty rapid decline for sellers, meaning homes are selling a lot quicker right now than they were a month ago. That's a number we actually didn't look at for other counties. Let's go back and look at them real quick. When we look here, Davidson County, flat from January to February. Williamson had a pretty substantial drop here from January into February, 82 days to 64 days. I think that's a sign of what we're going to see in the market, generally speaking, as we move forward. Let's look at one more here, and that is Wilson County. I think Wilson County is a good one to take a look at. Very similar to Rutherford, as in a lot of people who are looking in Davidson maybe got priced out of Davidson. They end up going into Wilson County to look for affordable housing, look for a single family home versus, maybe not finding what they're looking for in Davidson. And new listings also dropping 17% from February to February for Wilson County. Months of supply, actually up substantially, which is interesting. That's something we're going to have to really monitor because that's a pretty big jump. Now, when we look at the last 30 days, let's take a look and see what Wilson County shows. Months of supply up 8%, so not a huge jump, but again, something we should really be monitoring. New listings up 3%, so very, very normal here. List to contract, though, one of those numbers that we looked at before, is actually up 4, which goes hand in hand with this number, the months of supply, so not super surprising. I hope all this shows how every micro market here in Middle Tennessee is going to be just a little bit different. You need a professional to guide you through this. You need somebody who studies the market, who knows the market to guide you through this, just like me. I'm happy to help however I can. So whether you're in Davidson County, where new listings have dropped 34% year over year, maybe you're in Williamson County, where the median sales price has gone up 6% year over year, or you might be in Murfreesboro, where the average time it's taken to go under contract has gone down 10 days from January into February. Whatever your situation is, you need a professional to guide you through it. I'm happy to help you however I can. Just reach out. If you're seeing this in your email, just hit reply. Happy to help you however I can. If you're seeing this on social media, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and follow. Would love to keep you informed as to what's happening in the Middle Tennessee real estate market. And don't forget, if you own a home in any of these counties or any of the other surrounding counties here in Middle Tennessee, and you want to know specifically what your home is worth in this market, not a Zillow estimate, not a rough number, but you want to know what your home is worth, reach out directly to me. I will give you a real number based on real data if you're looking to make a move. Thank you so much and look forward to connecting with you soon.